The world is veiled in darkness, the wind stops, the sea is wild, and the earth begins to rot. The people wait, their only hope, a prophecy. When the world is in darkness, 4 warriors will come. After a long journey, 4 young warriors arrive, each holding an orb.
Hey guys, and welcome to my perfect run of Final Fantasy 1 on the original NES. So let's go ahead and hop right in. The first screen you're brought to is where you can create your party. I suggest making a diverse squad, one with a fighter, a black belt, a white mage, and a black mage. There's also a thief and a red mage, but the thief is kind of like a warrior, except worse in every regard. Doesn't have magic, doesn't hit as hard, has less defense, and its only function is to run from battles because it has a high luck stat. The other is a red mage, which can both cast white and black magic, but it doesn't excel at either. Here's our party of 4, a fighter, black belt, white mage, and black mage. Let's take a look at the menu and all of its functions. We have items, which I have none at the moment. If you go to magic and select a magic user, you can see which magic spells of what tiers they have. If we take a look into the weapon and armor options, you can select different items that characters are carrying and equip them individually. Kind of tedious, but it's an old system, so what can you do? Here in the stat screen, you can see how much experience you need for the next level up, including the stats per character, such as strength, agility, intellect, vitality, luck, their base damage, hit percentage, absorb, which is how much damage gets reduced, and evade percentage. Let's take a moment to look at the objectives box over to the left. It's going to hold different icons representing different actions we're going to need to take to beat the chapter. Our first objective lies in the town just north of us, so let's go ahead and get back to the main map and walk there. You can enter any house and it'll take you to the same location, doesn't matter which one you go in. Inside you'll have various different buildings. Here's the inn for 30 gold. You can rest for the night, restoring all your magic points, health, etc. Right here we have the weapon and armor shop. The right one with a sword is obviously weapons, left one has a shield for armor. We'll be visiting these shops first. The wooden staves are for your black and white mages, small daggers for thieves. The wooden nunchucks are for your black belt, rapiers and the iron hammer are for your warriors. I recommend picking up the strongest weapon you can for anything you have. Let's go ahead and buy these and put them on the character at hand. This will make it easier for equipping once we're done purchasing the items here. So we go to the menu, enter weapons. You can see everyone's carrying the weapon that we placed on them. You have to come here to equip it. It's not equipped until the E dash is there. There we go. Let's go buy our armor. Now you start the game with 400 gold, which is plenty to buy armor for everybody unless you have all warriors. You might have a little bit of a deficit. But go ahead and buy the best armors you can for everybody. Chainmails for warriors. Wooden armor for anything but black mage and white mage, and then cloth for those two. Okay, up here we have the white and the black magic shop. Who will learn a spell? Triss. Obviously you want to get Cure first. There are several more in there, but we're not going to get them at the moment. So we're going to go spend the other 100 gold we have left on fire to make our black mage capable of something. And there we have it. Our beginning level 1 squad that began naked is ready to go out and grind. So I'll see you guys. This guy will get out of my way. Over to the right, we have 2 more structures. This one with the heart over the door allows you to resurrect dead party members. And this one with the teacup, or kettle, sells items. You can buy healing potions, which restore 30. Pure restores poison. And 10s allow you to recover and save out on the field. So let's go ahead and head out, and we're going to do a little bit of grinding. Walking back and forth will of course trigger a random encounter. And here we have 5 goblins. These are the easiest enemies in the game. You can fight them bare naked with no weapons and you'll still be fine. So this is a good place to level up from 1 to 2. An interesting thing to note is whenever you're targeting creatures, make sure to fight different targets with each person. Because if you target the same goblin with 2 fighters, if the first one kills it, the second one will still target the area where the first goblin was and hit nothing. So you have to be a little bit more strategic with your targeting in Final Fantasy 1. So this first fight, I just go through the fight commands. And killing monsters rewards the players with experience and gold. You can see we got 30 gold from that fight alone, which is enough to pay for the inn. So we can do plenty of grinding. And there we have our 7 experience out of 40, so we have 33 left to go. Let the grind commence. And after about 10 minutes of grinding, we finally gathered enough experience that we can level up our team. As you can see, it shows us what stats we have gained and our new HP totals. It doesn't give us a straight number, but you can kind of get a gist. Or you could mark down what you had before and see what you have now and kind of make a judgment there of how much you've actually gained. Alright, and now we've reached level 2. I think I've gathered enough money to buy a few things. We have 188 gold. Yep, and as you can see, I did forget to equip my armor, but it didn't make much of a difference fighting goblins. Let's go in, take another rest at the end. Make my way up here so we can buy ourselves a sleep spell. I probably won't be using it too often, but it's a useful black mage spell to have. Lock will allow you to lower an enemy's evasion ability, and the lit stands for lightning. This is just another elemental based attack. Let's go visit the King of Cornelia. I think it's time to show ourselves. The king is looking for the warriors of light. Does that happen to be you? And here we have Sarah's sister. Sarah is the princess who is kidnapped, by the way. Another guard. In sadness, the queen locked herself inside. I am Jane, Queen of Cornelia. Please save my daughter, Princess Sarah. So everyone here is just fussing about the missing Princess Sarah. Make yourself up the ladder, head north, and you'll find the King of Cornelia. Most of the guards have that same message. Light warriors, just as in Lukahn's prophecy, Garland has kidnapped the princess. Please help her. So, our first official quest has just been given. Game of Cornelia requests that we go save her daughter, and that we shall. But first, we need to do a little bit more grinding. As you can see, only level 2. It's recommended you be level 3 before we go up to the Chaos Shrine. You're going to need a large amount of experience for level 3 compared to the first jump, 150. So without further ado, let's start that big grind. If you're willing, you can come up here at level 2 and fight the more dangerous monsters. You'll get a lot more experience, but they're a lot tougher, so be careful. Once I get about 200 gold, I stop by a town again to get a couple more spells, both for my white mage. Look at Triss. Harm is actually an ability that deals damage to the undead. Not only does it do a lot of damage, it does damage to the entire group. So as long as you're fighting a whole group of undead enemies, Harm is your friend. Fog here will also raise your ability to absorb damage, just increasing base armor. It's effective, but basic. We have Cure, Harm, and Fog on our white mage. And just Fire and Sleep at the moment for Fran. We're going to finish leveling up to 3 and get that lightning spell for Fran before we move on to go to the Chaos Shrine. There we have it. Our team is now level 3. Everyone's HP's max has gone up. Everyone's stats is increasing. Things are looking good. Now that we've reached our suggested level for tackling the Chaos Shrine, we're going to go back to town, settle a few debts, collect a few items, and sleep at the inn, and then make our way back to the Chaos Shrine for princess saving. So I want to just leave this in just because sometimes you can see townsfolk can be assholes. First the dancer blocks my bridge up there, then this guard patrols back and forth, blocking my way between the two shops. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go back up here. And right before I get to this bridge, the dancer blocks me again. It's kind of ridiculous. But in any case, let's go to the black magic store and buy ourselves the lightning spell for Fran. That should complete his level 1 spell book. We're going to make a quick stop at the item shop and pick up as many potions, or in this case heals, as we can before we go and tackle the Chaos Shrine. You probably won't need any at level 3, but we're just going to be careful here. I was considering getting a tent, but you don't really need one at this point. You're about to get a cabin from the dungeon itself, so no need to waste gold on a tent. Quickly wash my face in the fountain before we head on out. An important step. Alright. We are ready to go to Chaos Shrine. Let's head straight northwest from here. You may have seen me come up this direction a couple times during my grind fests. But right over here through the swamp. Let's deal with these pesty goblins real quick. Annihilated. Let's head our way up to the swamp, through the next forest, and right here you'll find the Chaos Shrine, which looks like a big pile of ruins. Let's go ahead and step inside. This dungeon is actually very small, and you can get to the final boss just 6 blocks ahead of you, and the door is just north of me. But first we're going to go around the border to the left and collect 3 items. If you make your way to the southwest corner, you'll find a room here with a door on the south end. Inside will be a treasure box with a cap, which is great to equip on one of your mages. I do it on my white mage to keep her alive longer to heal the other players. Let's knock this spider out of the way. One of the enemies you'll encounter here. There are several more enemy types within the walls of the ruins. A great wolf, you got some like bone men, you have a ghoul, which I'll fight later on. Let's go ahead and trade this cap. This is how you give it to other players. There we are. Now we'll go ahead and equip this cap, or else she's just holding it in her hand. The old Final Fantasy really reminds me of a D&D type game, where the magic functions the same way. You have classes. Here we have the bone. These things are really weak. You shouldn't waste a harm spell like I did. I was just trying to showcase the ability and how it works. As you can see, 17 damage will kill one. The harm, 74 damage. Followed by 60 damage, and that hits all the undead in the group ahead of you. A very useful spell, indeed. Although, only for specific scenarios. Alright, just continue north, and in the northwest corner, you'll find another room that'll hold a heal, another potion, and a cabin. An entire cabin. Alright, so I'm going to make my way towards the center of the room. I kind of take a long route. There is no short route from the northwest, but in this fight here, I just attack down the bones. You may be asking yourself, but Jason, what's in the northeast and southeast corners? Well, you have yourself a werebuster, a gold needle, and a rune blade are over there, but you can't access them until after we finish chapter 3. You need the mystic key in order to open the doors on that side of the building. So we have everything that we're able to collect. So we're going to make our way around the structure in the center to the door on the south side. And here we have a ghoul. Now the ghoul is probably stronger than Garland himself. It may not have as many hit points, but it hits hard and has a chance to paralyze your characters when hit. You can see Triss has become paralyzed, took almost 30 damage. Ouch. We're gonna go ahead and knock this guy out as quick as we can. We lost our healer temporarily. It takes 2 or 3 turns just to knock out one enemy here. Does offer a large amount of experience. Finally terminated. Everyone's excited. 23 experience for one enemy. Alright. Now you can use magic out of battle. Just go to the magic menu, select who you want to use the magic from, and then who you want to use it on. Usually white magic is the only thing you can use. Cures, the ability to remove poison. Alright, here we have Garland, who has Princess Sarah behind him, surrounded by bats, of course. Let's go ahead and speak to Garland, initiate combat. No one touches my princess, light warriors, you impertinent fools. I, Garland, will knock you all down. Threatening. He's gonna knock us down. Alright, Garland is the easiest boss you'll ever face. He's a pushover. Do not fear, you will beat him. Even at level 2, possibly even level 1, you could take this guy out, no problem. Just hit him 2 or 3 rounds worth. Use whatever magic you wish. After defeating him, you can talk to Princess Sarah and be teleported directly back to the castle, so if you're worried about the run back and being low on magic, do not. Just heal whenever he gets a big punch in. Try to save your items if possible, because items are expensive in this game. But let's go ahead and knock out Garland, and I'll see you guys in the castle. Once you have been whisked away to the safety of the castle, make sure to speak to Princess Sarah. She'll give you a loot that has been passed down from queen to princess for over the last 2,000 years. If we open our inventory and go to items, you can see the loot is now within our bag. Beautiful music fills the air. How wonderful. I'm sure that loot will come into use later. Thank you for saving the princess. To aid your quest, I ordered a bridge built to the continent. Go now and make the orbs shine again. Now that our quest on this continent is done, let's go ahead and leave the castle and start making our way to the bridge. Now, after you get teleported to the castle, it's important to note that you actually do not heal, so stop by town, go to the inn. Villagers here will have some other things to say to you now. A few things about the other continent, but let's stop by the inn, recover our health. If you come up this way to the northwest part of town, you can find a larger woman here. North of Cornea lives a witch named Matoya, which will come into play later on. The wizard up here mentions how Lukahn left this town to join his colleagues at Crescent Lake. Everyone else talks about my glowing orbs. Just general basic stuff. My home is Provoca, a beautiful port city far to the east from here. Alright, it's time to leave the town that we're all nice and rested up. Let's go check out this bridge that the king built for us and move our journey onward to the next continent. And I'll see you guys in Chapter 2 of Final Fantasy 100% Perfect Guide. No, we're gonna do this right.
And so, their journey begins. What awaits the four, they do not know. Each holding an orb that 2,000 years ago shined with beauty from within, but now only darkness. Come, start your journey, return the light of peace to our world